What is up, everybody? Welcome back. Let's see if anybody has anything to talk about.
Lord Captain.
Not you.
Lord.
Actually, I think it pretty much tells us who has anything to talk about. Like, Janris here has something to talk about. Victus informed me about a problem with the servitors. What happened? You see, their lordship, the ship's servitors have been malfunctioning of late. They violate protocols, interrupt their tasks, observe crew members for long periods of time, and move erratically with no meaning or purpose. Janris Danrock nervously pulls on his exerted frock cloak as if it were uncomfortably tight. Had it been a routine technical fault, I would have decided the fate of these servitors myself, but I deemed it worthy to notify you. I do not wish to hide such irregularities from the Lord Captain. If you wish to observe the servitor's unusual behavior before you decide their fate, this can be arranged. The majority of defective units have been delivered to one storage compartment pending your decision. Yeah, let me take a look. As you wish. What? When his lordship arrived at the scene, this is cool. When his lordship arrived at the scene, he found the servitors in the same position that they assumed after they had been corralled into the bay, all standing in a long spiraling line and facing the center of their strange formation. The moment his lordship crossed the threshold of the bay gate, their bodies jerked into motion all as one, as if obeying a command. The servitors turned to face the Lord Captain. The technomats tasked with overseeing the defective units even reached for their weapons. But then the servitors went still just as abruptly, staring at his lordship with vacant eyes. All present held their breath, disturbed by the sight. We waited for his Lord Captain to speak, his lordship Gregor von Valancius. Let's take steps towards them. Immediately, the servitors, each and every one of them, stepped towards the Lord Captain in perfect unison. They mimicked his movements with frightening precision. The rogue trader halted in place and after a moment's thought waved his hand. The servitors just as synchronously repeated the gesture as well. When the Lord Captain turned quizzically to the technomats, so did the servitors of mocking him. Whatever the Lord Captain did, be it an incline his head, a wave of his hand, or a step to the side, the defective units repeated it without a moment's delay or hesitation. Like grotesque marionettes, controlled by unseen puppeteer. We observed this mime unfold in distressed bafflement for nearly a minute until the servitors finally came to a stop. Not sensing any threat from them, the rogue trader approached with confidence. The Lord Captain examined the servitors. As high factotum, it is I who prompted the entire inspection, and this is my duty to follow the Lord Captain. As we stepped closer, we noticed a fascinating irregularity. The servitors' pupils, normally still, were shaking wildly. Their bulging veins were pulsating under their copper collars inscribed with their past offenses. It's as if these mindless half-machines were locked in a perpetual state of extreme tension. A visibly shaken technomat behind us proposed that the human souls had awakened within the servitors' bodies after a long slumber deep within their lobotomized brains. Formerly bereft of intelligence, they had attained awareness, feeling, and understanding. After a pause, the technomat added that the servitors used to function properly and that no one had been able to explain the change in their behavior. His gaze still trained on the motionless but animate half machines and half people, the Lord Captain. No, I don't want to do that. Stepped away. Let's demand a report. The technomat's long-winded and detailed report could have been summarized in a single key point. Despite the servitors' abnormal behavior, they were still quite capable of carrying out tasks, and therefore the circumstances did not call for their termination. I wish I could save here. Wait, can I? No, dang. Turn to me to announce his decision. His lordship looked at me with unwavering resolve, and it was his confidence that wrenched me out of the nightmare stupor that had me tensely observing the scene unfolding before me. The Lord Captain gave the order to dispose of the servitors so that their human souls may be released from torment. Lord Captain's command was executed post-haste. All defective units were incinerated in furnaces, and their remains were expelled into the void. The crew was provided with replacement servitors and soon forgot all about the destroyed unit's peculiarities. Yet this incident haunts my memories to this day. The fate of the defective servitors decided, nothing could now distract the Lord Captain from his mission. Next playthrough, because we're going to have to do more than one to get all the achievements, I think, we're going heretical, and it's going to be great. All right, let's see if our friend is in our quarters. I know. Well, where's Yvain? I wanted to talk to him. Oh, okay. I was like, what's this? Seen that before. I'm sorry. Yeah, I really wanted to talk to Yvain because I thought he was going to be a guest on my ship, but it's probably going to be like some like travel interaction if I had to guess. Because he doesn't appear to be on here. We'll run around real quick and just make sure nobody has anything to say. Have they brought you anything new? Nothing new. Great, thank you. And Cassia, Argenta.
Greetings.
Thank you. Cassia. Take my leave. Looks like nobody has anything new. You'd probably say if they have something new to say, judging by everybody we've talked to. And it doesn't look like I can go out anywhere else, so let's hit the map. And the only thing we have left is to go here. And see what's on the main planet. I would consider this to be the main planet to go to for sure. Seemed to be the one with the most objectives we had on it. Oh, are we sleeping? As the ship makes its way through the star system, a strange fatigue falls over you. Your eyelids grow heavy, and the quill you've been using to draw up yet another order falls from your hand. You raise your head with a start. Someone else is in here in your study. You stand up and stare at the dozens upon dozens of corpses surrounding you. Among their number, you recognize the disfigured and bloody faces of those who died on the ship's bridge and those who you met in your previous life. How is this possible? Where are the enforcers posted to stand guard? It matters not. You're alone against a horde of heretics risen from the darkness to take your life. As if its own accord, the shard lying on the edge of the desk, the sole remnant of Kunrad Vir's weapon, slips into your hand. The metal is searing cold. The dead sway from side to side, closing in around you in a nightmarishly slow advance. Stop, I do not wish for any of you to die. The dead remain deaf to your words, creeping ever closer with the inevitability of death itself. You belatedly realize that your trembling hand has found the shard when its razor-sharp edge cuts into your palm. An unbearably bright light floods everything around you, and you find yourself surrounded by the groveling minions, their bodies shivering in your mere presence. Your hands are no longer hold a pitiful shard, but a majestic and intricate weapon, a skillfully crafted sword from strange and unnerving proportions, a curved design and an unusual hilt adorned with the image of a closed eye. The eye opens wide, revealing a gaze so ancient and dark that it steals your breath away. You've filled those keys before, they're on the bridge, and the voice that appears in your mind only confirms your guess. The tapestry is woven, the path is chosen. Accept your fate. No. Your body refuses to obey your command. The handle feels as if it's become one with your hands. The gaze of the demonic eye sets your very soul ablaze. Resisting your fate is futile. You scream as you feel the soul burn away to ash. You feel your soul burn away to ash. You awaken from the vision, kneeling next to your desk, clothes drenched in sweat and with a sour taste on your tongue. Your head is ringing and you struggle to recall those faces and the image of the sword in your hands. Only the deep cut in your palm and the bloodied shard lying on the floor remind you of what just transpired. You would rather die than touch that thing again, so you reach a shaking hand for your vox and call for a servitor. Now you have to wait for the mindless automaton to arrive, picked up the cursed artifact, and head for the nearest airlock to be claimed by the void. Probably lost a pretty cool thing, but we're not being heretical, so that's fine. Let's dip out of here. Anybody new? Doesn't look like it. Let's go. Back to what I was doing, game. Begin the scan. And let's land at starport. Yep, picking everybody. Let's go. I thought it was already loaded. It's not. Oh, this doesn't look good. Starport greets you with the din of ordnance and the smell of explosives tickle your nostrils. It's difficult to tell through the smoke who is firing at whom. Halt, weapons on the ground, or I'm firing. A man in a torn and dirty uniform hobbles toward you from behind the chunks of rockcrete and crumpled plasteel. His cracked helmet is adorned with the crooked label that reads Sergeant Malgar. Alright, so our skies are in lockdown, the rebels are shooting down anything that flies, and Eli just happened to land in our rear without a scratch to show for it, and a shuttle like that? Where'd you get it? Stolen from the palace, isn't it? He is visibly awed by the resplendent gold of your transport. Grab him, lads. We've got ourselves a rebel landing force. Ablar turns purple. By the Holy Throne, what is this mess? Adira glances around. They're in a rough spot, old man. Go easy on them. You must be mistaken. I am the rogue traitor of House von Valancius. The soldiers grow more and more pale with every word you say. As soon as you're done speaking, he falls to his knees. My mistake, your lordship. Didn't recognize you, sir. Please pardon my blunder. It's a bloodbath in here. A frag grenade explosion cuts off the rest of the sergeant's words. Shrapnel flies everywhere with a piercing screech. One of the soldiers falls to the ground, clutching the remains of his forearm that is now adorned with crimson tatters. Blood is pouring out of the stump, and the soldier's agony is short-lived. The sergeant curses and hastily says an army prayer for the dead. The rasping call of the sergeant turns back to you. Pardon me, sir. Sergeant Laz Maglar reporting for duty. My unit is holding the starport on the governor's orders. How may I serve? What's going on? Unrest, sir. Armed rebellions in both the capital and the provinces. First the lower level sparked, then it went up to the spires, then they hit the Vox hubs, the arsenals, and the mag train stations. Then Felix tore off his mask, precisely because he knew about the trouble on Rykad Minoris. He knew that none of our allies could come to our aid. Cassia lets out a sorrowful sigh. You may continue with your report, peasant. My unit was here when it all went to the Groxes. The tech priests linked to the satellites reported sightings of strange void ships in the system. They were orbiting the star until one of them set course for landing on Rykad Majoris. The governor took precautionary measures in order to increase security at the key facilities. Everyone knows that whenever something's not right, you'd better double check the warden details. The alarm was raised and we were sent to secure the starport. It's the only reason we've been able to hold it. They're crushing us, the scumbags. It's been a whole turn since the last reinforcements came in. We're running low on ammo. Every other fighter is wounded. I don't know how bad it is in the streets, but they'll drive us out of here any minute. Who are you? Sergeant Laz Malgar, sir. 11th generation loyal soldier of the House of Winterscale. Awarded 3 commendations for faultless service ever since the olden days. His lordship and the rogue trader recruited soldiers and shipwrights on Rykad Minoris. There's no greater honor for a Rykadian than serving his lordship with diligence. What caused this rebellion? Ill thoughts, sir. We've fallen on hard times. The grounds keep shaking. Things keep exploding. The people are scared. They've forgotten all their duty, and that's when those, Emperor forgive me, preachers came. They started riling everyone up. Sure enough, we shot a few, but they just kept coming, more and more of them. You're doing fine work, Malgar, and so are your troops. People like you hold the Imperium together. I live to serve. The sergeant's grim voice rings with a martyr's pride. Some dirty dog nearly shot down my shield. No. Do you happen to know if a member of the Inquisition has come here? At the word Inquisition, the sergeant's face fills with awe. We don't know, sir. There's definitely haven't been any visitors like that on my watch. You might have to inquire at headquarters, your lordship. Some dirty dog nearly shot down my shuttle. Affirmative, your lordship, sir. It's those damned rebels. Those maggots somehow got their hands on anti-aircraft battery. It's causing our shuttles no end of trouble. That thing really packs a punch. You're lucky they missed you. I've seen them fry 2 shuttles carrying reinforcements and not a soul survived. We're going to see the governor. Can we report, sir? As long as the rebels keep shooting their damned aircraft battery, there's absolutely no way to shuttle you to the governor. We'd have to be on foot, and the streets are dangerous. I have no one to send with you as an escort. I'm assigned all available troops to accompany the esteemed tech priest to the governor. I will voxcast orders to them to wait for you, and I'll inform headquarters they better send out a convoy to meet you halfway. Meanwhile, we follow the governor's orders and hold the line here. Adira frowns as her gaze grows distant as she looks through the sergeant. You're a good soldier, but you got a lot of blood on your hands, both yours and others. You know, the same hand that salutes now might falter in darkness. Rankin epaulets won't save you from the bitterness. Pardon me, my lady, but I can't get my head around these fancy words you're saying. I've seen plenty of blood, but trust me, I'll fight till my last drop. What awaits me ahead? Sergeant sighs heavily. All our roadblocks are gone. The whole place is in the rebels' hands. The city is almost lost, so no help will come. We're surrounded by rebels. Watch your steps, sir. Their streets are chock full of mines. Sergeant's answer is not particularly helpful. When danger's all around you, many forms it's possible to prepare for it. No! Dang it! But tech priest. A very important person from the Adeptus Mechanicus arrived on the last shuttle before they locked down the sky. He kept asking whether anyone by the name of Amarant or Armnot or something like that had recently arrived. Barely answered any of our questions, though, said he was under no obligation to tell us anything. He demanded to talk to the governor personally, so I had to send a quarter of my troops with him to keep trouble at bay. You're a good soldier, Malgar. I will see your heroism is noted. The sergeant blushes slightly. I live to serve. Another explosion interrupts the sergeant's words. With a sigh of relief, he turns to his soldiers and spits out a booming series of commands. Rumors. On your travels, you hear many rumors. These are those of them that are deserving the road trader's attention are logged in the separate section of the journal. Sometimes rumors are just that. Other times there's truth to them. In some cases, maybe even more. To verify a rumor, travel to the place. With visiting the Koronus Expanse, you're bound to hear rumors regarding your own deeds and exploits, some of which reflect the Expanse's choices. Okay. So let's check out rumors. Lord Inquisitor Xavier Calcazar is a powerful and mysterious figure who plays a pivotal role in the fate of the Koronus Expanse. His power is so great that it extends even over rogue traders. According to the satellites, one of the unidentified void ships circling the nearby stars landed on a large uninhabited... Oh, I'll have to look for that later, won't we? This must have been the guard that died. Oh, I thought that guy was wearing power armor for a second. I was like, sick. You guys won't need that, right? You're just running low on ammo. It's fine, though. Anything more to say? No. Okay. Well, don't really know which way I want to go first, but I do know I want to gather all of the stuff. Grand Viaduct for receiving esteemed guests is buried under the rubble. And we can't, well, we can't go this way. So I guess that is easily chosen for us on where we get to go, huh? Who's that? Pilot Nemus. Hello, Pilot Nemus. The pilot, dressed in a crumpled uniform adorned with Von Valance's coat of arms, still looks quite pale. Her white hands bear red marks up by the wheel. The scream of terror she let out when the whistle flew right past her shuttle is etched in your memory. Her voice quivers slightly, but even her fear cannot stop from using the typical voidsman jargon. That was some flight, your lordship. If we'd been a little less lucky, we'd be checking in at the port in the sky right now. What was that weapon they fired at us? Can't say I know, your lordship, but the shots it fired certainly fly quick. I've never seen guns like that before, and they were firing from far away, almost like beyond the bar, or the horizon, that is. Who gave those yobs a terrifying contraption like that? Your name, pilot? My bad there, your lordship. Senior flyer, senior pilot Nemus, supported by the senior deck officer to serve you on your personal shuttle. All right. We're not going to try to get her to take me to the governor. We're going to get through this and break the lines.
Your arrogance will be your downfall.
I will take you down.
Right. Get up there as close as you can. You too, Abelard. Get you into full cover. Start in as much full cover as you guys can. You can't just get into half cover, I guess. Oh, it's an officer. How dare you flank me?
I'll
Gregor.
brush this off.
Cocky clamor. What's that?
Battlefields are always drowned in scarlet. Isn't this a job for the serfs?
No, it's not. You wanna go, Argenta?
I'm a navigator, not a servitor.
Just trying to see how I might want to shoot here. It's either that or this. I think it's this. I know I got all three of them a second ago. Didn't I? Yeah, I did. Okay. That's what I thought.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
Me? If you insist,
I increased everything for you. Oh, that's not good.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones. At your beck and call.
Really? You said that bad of a chance? Jesus. That's not good.
I'm not so sure.
Need to get you closer if possible. I feel like getting you out of cover is not a good plan. Problem is I need you close enough to, you know, stand behind Gregor as quote-unquote cover. Yeah, I didn't think they'd be able to see you. That's why I did that.
What an unfortunate turn of fate.
Let's actually give that to you. Jesus.
Pain and duty go hand in hand. My ears ringing.
What impressive shooting there, soldier.
I will not.
Okay, so you'd actually have to get out of melee is the problem. So see the problem of equipping people with multiple things. With multiple, you know. Fill up yourself here.
Blessed be the hand of the healer.
We are gonna let you take this attack.
I will bathe this
You get hit, you get
battlefield in
hit, it's
righteous
fine.
fury. I'll do it. Doubt is for the weak. Guided by faith. I'll do it.
Dodged, okay. And we got our teammates actually coming in to shoot now. Please don't, just don't help. Just don't help. I don't want your help if that's what it's gonna be. I don't want it. Thank you.
I'll see to it another enemy down.
No dodging that, eh? You guys gonna shoot each other? No. It's unfortunate. Was hoping. Trying to see if anybody's got an injury. Thank you. Thank you. He probably will burn to death if I had to guess. If only I could get through this way, you know?
If I may. I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Let me get you over here, buddy.
None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
Follow my lead. That's not the Seneschal's job.
That's not the Seneschal's job. Looks like it is to me, buddy. So you do have an injury, okay. I thought you would. I wish we could see a little bit better here. If I do this, would I then be able to cast this on you? No, I wouldn't. If I do this, however, I still could not. If I did this, could I? Yes. Give yourself some forewarning. Too bad you don't have your running gun. That'd be really helpful right about now, wouldn't it? You're gonna patch yourself up.
Administration is a holy task.
And then you're just gonna chill, honestly. Gregor. I could get you over there.
I don't need
Let's
luck.
do that.
I have strategy.
Unfortunately, we cannot cleave. 49% chance to kill both, or an 83% chance to kill one. I'm gonna take the 83 to kill one here.
Your end was inevitable.
Madeira, that's not good. Nice, Gregor. Oh, every time they get a Dira, every time. That's not a bad injury, though. I'm not really too concerned about that for the remainder of this. Nice.
Step aside. The navigator is coming. Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
You're too far away. Unfortunate. Give you a chance here to get closer with a charge.
I will do my duty.
You guys don't have to stand behind your allies and shoot. That's just like a little sus.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time.
If you were to do this, would you get a better hit chance? I just want to test. No. But you get a lot more damage, so it's probably worth it.
Can't catch my breath.
You hit Gregor. That was rude.
Rejoice in battle! As the Emperor...
Now, Gregor, this man hit you. What do you have to say about that? Apparently not enough.
Who if not?
There we go. Good job, Gregor. All right, so that's not good.
Rise to the top.
The question becomes, can I go visit my ship and come back to remove this stuff? Because if I can, we dippin'. Shock batons and carapace chest plates. You would be the one interested in this, but no. Always add to cargo. Because if we can't, we're gonna be pretty hurt. When it comes to the rest of this planet. So I think that might be a thing that we should test right now. Can you take me back? I'm sorry, but I can't. The limber saved us once. If we get shot at again, we'll be blown to smithereens. If I get your lordship killed in such a daft fashion, St. Drusus will make me polish white hotfling. Ooh. Lord Captain, the pilot is right. We cannot put your life at such risk. We have to wait until the governor's forces are deal with this menace, or wait until the rebels run out of shells. Ooh, that's not good. Hey, Sergeant Major, you got any like med kits for me? No, that's not. That's bad. That's bad. All right, well, the least we can do is attempt to fix up Abelard here.
Careful now.
There we go. That's what we had. We don't have any more. No, we don't.
I always keep my options open.
Very limited on healing is not a good thing to be limited on, I would say. A blind madman. My eyes! If you got them, please give them back to me, please. Even just one. Poor guy. Hopefully we find some more med kits up here.
Is there money to be made?
It's gotta pass this lore test, please.
Nothing's impossible for this old officer.
Written on the side of the shuttle in the pilot's lowly slang words are, "Do not touch. A shipment of ties to the blessed Lord Captain Caligos Winterscale. Perhaps there is something worth your attention in this shuttle." Hopefully. Commander Cloak. Range of all officer archetype abilities. I mean, you have the officer archetype. There you go. Please be some healing. Thank you very much. Nope.
I always
None
have a backup
whatsoever.
plan.
Lucky Jasper. It's a Jasper. Folks, how about you don't come any closer and I don't shoot you? As he shoots. Gain true vision, renounce false sight. All will be revealed. Okay. Okay. The young shaggy-haired soldier is still pale nonetheless as he approaches. He holsters his pistol, the hallmark of good discipline. He gives you a somewhat frightened but genuine smile. Thank you, my lord. You arrived in the nick of time. I don't know what those babbling creeps wanted with me, but it definitely wasn't good. Who are you? Lucky Jaspar, the governor's aide and personal fox operator. I was dispatched to the starport on special orders. The young man proclaims, desperately trying to tame his tousled hair. Are you unharmed, soldier? All thanks to you, my lord. Those blind lunatics are all over the city right now. Those rebels damned in the void go around maiming anyone they get their hands on and scorching their eyes. Then they leave the poor souls driven mad by pain to wander the streets babbling nonsense. He lowers his voice and adds gravity. The command doesn't want anyone to talk about it, but I've heard whispers that it's not just some nonsense, it's heresy, actual heresy. Because listening to it scrambles your brain. It made one patrolman freeze in his tracks while the blind mob got a hold of him and carried him from his post off to who knows where. And what exactly were you doing here on your own? Following the Governor Medina's special instructions, namely, he grits his teeth with a pain expression from his brow. Oh right, it's a secret assignment, I can't talk about it. I'm a rogue trader, we have an 80% chance with that, 100% chance with that, 80% chance with that, 80% chance with that. Yeah, let's persuade him. What if what you know is priceless intelligence and you were to die before you could relay it to anyone? How did it fail? We had 100%. He grimaces and blushes but shakes his head. I just can't. I can't. I'm a confidant. I'm a rogue trader. Why don't I simply order you to tell me everything? It's well within my rights. Failed. A rogue trader. After a quick glance over your shoulder, he gets not understanding. Oh, so it's from House von Valencia's ship. The starport augurs servation. No, 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 no. No. Imperium has succeeded. Rogue trader, after a quick glance. Oh, you're from House von Valencia's ship. The starport auger surveillance station reported that it detected your ship entering the system. Then you heaved it to, sent a shuttle to another unidentified ship. Very strange one at that. And then the ship departed. Jasper pauses for a second, the mumbles. But the auger surveillance station reports are not to be disclosed to third parties. But you know that already, don't you? Well, alright, if you're really a rogue trader, I'll tell you everything. So why did they send you to the starport? I'm supposed to deliver updated Vox codes and, how should I put it, assess the situation. The planet is a real mess at the moment. The rebels have found their way into our VoxNet and are now eavesdropping. This made proper communication impossible. The hallowed electrodynamic Cenobium had sent out a distress call before it went dark. And who even knows what's happening in the system? There's been a riot on Rykad, the prison planetoid. Uric 5 station is silent, although the navigators there have always been our reclusive bunch. I was hoping to be lucky enough to run into a pilot or captain here who could give me an update, but there's hardly a possibility right now. The rebels are blasting anything that tries to land out of the sky with their damn cannon. Stops talking a little too abruptly. Tell me about Uric 5. There's not much anyone could tell about it. The station belongs to the Navis Nobilite themselves. Emperor knows what they do up there, or who even lives there. They scorn ordinary folk, and the only person they're willing to have grace and audience with is the esteemed Devane Winterscale. He's beginning to sound like he's complaining. That place is creepy. They say they order shuttles with servants from Rykad and Minoris on a regular basis. I guess they're too important up there to change filters and clean up compartments themselves, huh? Except I've never met anyone who served there. It's not like anyone ever comes back. Your brothers and sisters lived and died for a great cause, serving a navigator house and therefore all of the Imperium. It is a high honor, one that few could bear. Only now does Jasper notice Cassia, and his eyes go wide with fear. He opens his mouth and closes his mouth a few times, helplessly like a fish, unable to utter a sound, instead he just nods. There's something else you're hiding from me, isn't there? More classified secrets? He looks away. It's nothing classified, just personal. There's another reason why I'm here. My betrothed is missing. Raquel Vicari, the esteemed Evane Winterscale's personal pilot. When the riot reports came from Rykad, Lord Evane headed there personally. Then this rebellion started down here and we lost communication. No one knows how they're doing up there. You know what I'm afraid of? That they'll come back and those rebel scumbags will shoot them out of the sky. I wanted to find a place that's high up and set up a Voxcaster there and send them a transmission. The sky's closed off. Don't try to land. But I didn't make it in time. Those blind dogs chased after me, and as I was running, I tripped and broke the caster. He hangs his head sadly. I worry for her. She's an excellent pilot, but I still worry. Abelard shakes his head disapprovingly, but his eyes are understanding. That is why all members of a voidship clan share the same employment. No matter how devoted a servant of the Emperor is to their duty, there are always a danger that family ties might disrupt regulations and orders. Worry not, for Raquel is alive. I met her on Rykad. Really? That's marvelous. May the Emperor protect you for 1,000 years and then 1,000 more for bringing me such good news. He beams in elation. I'll name my firstborn after you, I swear it. In fact, I'll name all my children. We already know who this is, but I'm gonna ask. Who is Yvain? The esteemed and honorable scion of a blessed rogue trader, Caligos Winterscale, master of the Rykad system. At the behest of his illustrious father, or grandfather, or uncle, well, his illustrious relative, Lord Yvain, took up residence here on Rykad Minoris. Jaspar's faith betrays a fierce inner struggle before he blurts out, "You know what I think? I find it curious that blessed Caligos didn't make him the ruler of our world. Lord Yvain is his blood, but it's the governor who rules us. Then why do you think he sent him here? I think he's been exiled." Do you think the governor can handle the rebellion? Jaspar mumbles evasively, "Well, obviously I'm not some pessimist to say otherwise. Don't worry, I won't tell anyone." Yes! You really want? Well then, if you ask me, I think things are pretty rotten. His words come flying at a rate of stubber fire. Those rebels are strange. We would have easily quelled a normal riot, but we're not some commoners. We're Rykadians, the naval elite of House Winterscale. But those people, they're vicious. They know no fear. And their tactics are so precise. It's like they know what's going to happen ahead of time. The command executed 7 officers on suspicion of espionage. But it's not about spying. They say the leader of the rebels is some two-faced Aurora who can see into the future. Now she's the real danger. Adira scoffs and rubs her hands together in excitement. She can see into the future, is that right? We'll see about that. She's up against the wrong psyker. My breezy whispers may be vague, but they've not failed me once. I can tell you without asking my ethereal friends that her future doesn't look too bright now that the Lord Captain is involved. I'm looking for an interrogator of the Inquisition who may have arrived on this planet. Have you heard of anyone matching that description? Jaspar's face quickly turns gray as he says, "I have, but I don't know where he is now. I'm sorry, but I don't like discussing the affairs of the Inquisition. I have no more questions." "It was my pleasure to be of service to you, my lord. It's been nice to chat to someone normal." He glances warily at the body of the nearest blinded lunatic. "I'll take my leave." "You're right. We shouldn't stay here. We might run into rebels. I'll go find a safe place to watch the sky for any landing shuttles. May the Emperor protect you, my lord." Well, there we go. This is not going to be an easy time to continue forward with our current wounds. And I think there's going to be another fight up ahead, judging by the terrain. So we're going to call it here, friends. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.